Welcome to Vacuum Energy and Zero-Point Fields, a Chronos Field interpretation by Matthew J. Hall. For over a century, physicists have wrestled with the enigma of vacuum energy, the ghostly hum of quantum fields even in empty space. According to quantum field theory, even a perfect vacuum isn't truly empty. It teems with activity, fluctuating energy, zero-point motion, and virtual particles dancing in and out of existence. And yet, when we try to apply this understanding to the fabric of the universe, when we calculate how much energy should be in this vacuum, we're off by a staggering 120 orders of magnitude. That's not a rounding error. That's the most embarrassing mismatch in theoretical physics. What if the error isn't just in the numbers, but in the framework itself? In quantum field theory, each field is a sea of harmonic oscillators. Even when all particles are absent, each mode still contributes a small slice of energy, what we call zero-point energy. When summed across all modes, this energy becomes infinite, or nearly so. Physicists tame this with renormalization. It works, mathematically, but the physical meaning remains murky. The Casimir effect, the Lamb shift, spontaneous emission, these are real measurable phenomena that suggest vacuum energy exists. But the source, and its connection to gravity and the expansion of the universe, is still unresolved. Now imagine flipping the script. What if time itself isn't just a parameter ticking forward? What if time is a field, dynamic, structured, curved, and oscillating? In the Chronos Field framework, time becomes tau of x mu, a physical entity with gradients, tension, curvature, and phase. This isn't just philosophy, it's physics. Chronos Theory proposes that zero-point energy isn't some statistical leftover. It's a product of the temporal field, its curvature, its oscillations, its knots of tension that form in the very structure of time. In Chronos Theory, the vacuum isn't empty. It's actually saturated, not with random quantum noise but with organized, coherent patterns in the time field. These oscillations generate resonance zones, which are regions of enhanced energy density that arise from constructive interference within the tau field. These aren't virtual particles, they're real, field-based tensions that persist, even in total vacuum. This new perspective redefines the zero-point field as residual tension in time itself, tension that just can't relax because space and entropy simply won't let it. Chronos Theory also reimagines the Casimir effect. Traditionally, we think of it as arising from the suppression of vacuum modes between two plates, but what if instead it's actually the result of boundary-induced phase locking in the time field? Those plates constrain the tau field's oscillations, leading to differential temporal tension and, well, creating a force. No virtual photons needed, just time field resonance shaped by geometry. And that great cosmological mystery, dark energy? Chronos says it's the result of large-scale gradients in the time field. As space expands and entropy increases, time coherence becomes strain. That strain generates pressure, a repulsive, accelerating force we interpret as dark energy. But it's not a constant, it evolves. Because tau evolves. This actually offers an elegant way out of the so-called coincidence problem, why dark energy is small but non-zero. So, how do we test it? Chronos makes real predictions. Try tuning the time field. Use precision cavities with time delay media. Embed phase shifters. Observe whether the vacuum energy shifts. Watch for inertial anomalies near tau resonators. Detect deviations in clock rates, gravitational lensing, or atomic behavior where time gradients are manipulated. And, if this is right, we may be able to control zero-point energy, not by mining the quantum foam, but by shaping the flow of time itself. Chronos doesn't throw out quantum field theory, it complements it. It reproduces all the same effects, but grounds them in causality, determinism, and geometry, not statistical abstractions. Where it diverges is the why. Chronos tells us why zero-point energy exists, why the cosmological constant isn't infinite, why the vacuum has structure, because time is a force, a field, a medium that shapes the very fabric of reality. Chronos theory does more than reinterpret zero-point energy. It lays the foundation for unifying general relativity, quantum mechanics, and cosmology, by treating time as the origin of structure, energy, and motion. What we call matter, energy, and force may all be consequences of how tau of x mu bends, oscillates, and resonates. From the Casimir effect, to dark energy, to inertia itself. The vacuum is not void, it is vibrant. Chronos Field theory invites us to stop thinking of time as a clock, and start seeing it as the source of reality's rhythm. It's not just a new interpretation, it's a new frontier, one that may transform how we think, how we measure, and ultimately how we build. Chronos Theory, where time begins to matter, presented by Matthew J. Hall. For more details, check out the full paper, Vacuum Energy and Zero-Point Fields, a Chronos Field Interpretation.